All right, Mr. Dave here. We're going to go back in time and look at the beginning of a 13-year-old crazy job we did. Fast forwarding till today, we're doing a tune-up on this one. We just finished it up, but let's look at this thing. Huge 50-foot slide we got going on there. This is again today, 2026. Had an awesome spiral staircase grotto. Absolutely nuts. And this is Shotcrete Day at the beginning of this whole project. Really, really amazing. Big giant cement trucks that took 6.5, and I thought it might be 10, but it was 6.5. Blowing that stuff on. 1/2-inch steel was used for that structure of that pool because it was 10 feet deep. Using all kinds of forms around the backside to get her done. So in this video, we're going to see how we started off doing that on Shotcrete Day. And then we're going to come up to the tune-up phase that we're doing now in 2026, 13 years later. So I began with the backyard with that wonderful little jungle gym and a huge hole in the ground with lots of rebar going in. Absolutely amazing design. Didn't know exactly how my grotto was going to go, but I knew it had a base and to start off like that. Let's see what I had to say when we began. Hey, what's shaking? Dave here. Dog days of summer, man. It's so hot out here in San Diego right now. That humongous crazy pool. And we got the rebar all stepped up for the all stepped up for the rocks, and we have the pool all good to go. So they're going to shoot a crap load of cement on this thing to make it turn into a big pool. After that, we're going to add more stuff and make it into rocks and tile and coping and beautiful and dreamland and everything. So this is a spa. He wanted a big spa. He got a big spa. This thing is humongous. Got some stubbed up steel right here because we're going to put a little rock right here so when people climb up here, and this is going to be the deck height right here, they'll have something to sort of grab hold of. So it's sort of like a little handhold kind of deal. And all this is going to be backfilled, all this area here below the green board. That's called a raised bond. I think I've mentioned that before in other videos. All this dirt that we've stockpiled back here is going to be brought down, compacted, leveled off. And then we're going to build a dry grotto back here, which is going to be wild. So we're going to build a footing out here somehow. And that will be a place where you can walk into a big cave structure, maybe sit on a bench, and you'll be able to look through down into the grotto cave in the pool where there'll be water splashing around. That's all going to be a cave there. Water return to kind of move the water around. Got one right there. It's going to push the water around. It's important to have that water chemistry good. Jumping rock right here also. Might even set up some climbing rock stuff over here on the face of the grotto right here in the deep end. Check it out. So crazy. Mr. Dave here on this big 13-year-old tune-up, giving it some life. Down to the last few steps, we've taped and masked off a lot of areas. And you remember in the other videos how bleached out everything was below. We're just trying to bring that up to about the same intensity as everything above waterline. Taping off all the areas, really trying to make sure we don't spray paint up and over on the deck, which so far we've been okay. So, pretty amazing project was done back in the day, 13.5 years again. It's a humongo spa right there. Daniel's doing some of the last rinsing to get the dust off because my jackhammer, a ginormous 10-foot deep pool that is huge. I think this thing took 10 trucks. If I remember that day, they just kept coming. So added new color. The spa really is beautiful, but humongous. So it kind of evolved over time, the design and stuff. There was no raised deck up here. This was all the same as grade of the pool. But I suggested bringing up this level and changing the elevations and sort of playing around with the whole design. We ended up with this super wild walk-in cave thing. Got a spiral staircase down in there around Daniel. And then it has like the staircase, which like just goes straight up. It's like bouldering, except you're not bouldering, but you do want your hands on stuff. When you get to the top, you are way the heck up here. And so you don't want to fall down. From where I'm standing right here, my feet, it's probably about 22 feet down to the bottom. That's a 10-foot ladder, so that gives you an idea of the scale. And there's that monstrous 50-foot slide that goes way up there. So it's over there. So I'm actually below, or maybe my chest is about at the starting point of that slide. So you're going to be boogieing coming around the corner on that thing. and skimming across the pool, the kiddie pool right here. We got that little stream starting pond there, bounces around, comes down, goes into the kiddie pool. Wonderful little waterfall effect. Hits that stream bed. We did the texture on that, added that all in brand new texture after we power washed and chipped out the texture coat that was on there, having had it fall and crumble after 13 and a half years. It was really thin, and that led to that being a little quicker than it otherwise would have been. Starting pond up here on top, big areas, nice and flat. You're making things where people can climb up. You want them to be fairly predictable and flat. So this has been waterproof with some kind of goop. I think if someone else did it after I did it, maybe to try to enhance the waterproofiness. And as I'm standing here, I'm noticing other areas that we gotta fix as I do a little skip. So that looks like it could use a little bit of tune up there too. I haven't been up here and looked on this side till just this second, but waterfall splits, comes around the side, also goes over that side with the bulk of the water moving through windows, places to get light into these big cavities and spaces. A light right here, so when you're up here at night, you can see where you're going, but you could run and launch and jump and have one heck of a cannonball. Beautiful outdoor kitchen. I tell you, East County, we got hills and mountains. I just love East San Diego County. It's just not flat. Everywhere there's a little nook and cavity and canyon and stuff. Beautiful, beautiful place to live if you can afford it. And we got in here decades ago, so we are able to. Otherwise, there's no way I'd be able to get a house right now. So I got to do a little bit more color in this little area right here, quieting down the splotchiness. Though I kind of like it. It's kind of interesting. Little porthole right there. You can see the spiral staircase down in the hole, if it works. I don't know if you can see it, but down there's a staircase. So pretty crazy. So after 13.5 years, you have a little bit of that efflorescence buildup, but still looking pretty bueno. Lots of place to jump. Don't kill yourself. So then you can go down the steps. These are all just random made up steps. You can take big steps or you can take little steps. Oh, okay. Going back around, again, this whole deck was raised. We designed that to introduce another elevation change, which is so cool, which allowed us to make this wonderful little kiddie spool pool. Starts up there, comes down here, goodles around, and bounces down. The color you see right there is the fog coat. Again, that fog coat is cementitious, so when you put that in there, it doesn't fade. It has to come off to lose its color. So this is, I think, 93 or 73. Some of these brighter colored fog coats. And so you throw that on. This is more of the paint that's on there, but this is 13.5 years and it's still got color. You can see a lot of the textures. That spit technique gives you the salt and pepper look. I try to hold the paint can when I'm doing the spraying, and you see the intensity of the black. That implies sort of the buildup of the organic matter in watercourses. Might do a little bit more. We're going to have wet technique paint on all this stuff. I like the angles of the rocks that we came up with. Pretty cool. I'm starting to get a clue about that. The texture coating system is great because it leaves that little textured surface which mimics the real thing. Really nice. And it's grippable, but it doesn't to completely cheese grate your hand's skin off. So this is also the stream that goes back in, slip sheet between the stream bed and that. This is just right on the ground. It's probably about 4 inches thick with steel rebar. A lot of these guys are just solid. And then big anchor rocks when you have these retaining walls. Nice to have anchor rocks. Having uneven elevations, bigger rock, big, higher. Vary your design, guys, when you're trying to, make your rock work. Look at the nature. Look at the nature. Look at the real thing. So very cool figuring out these things. And the wall textures are pretty simple with the pegboard system we use. You've seen that in other videos, and they sort of lend themselves to planes. So those can sort of get that peel away kind of a look. And that's kind of awesome. Another place to jump into the deep end. And then sticking my hand in here. There's your spiral staircase going down into this, inside of this structure. Pretty wild, coming all the way out. And never did that before or since. So really fun though to make access points and ways to get into these things. So crazy big slide as I was just talking about. So Nice big boulders. Don't have to make them small and all the same. Do not want pearl necklaces, people, when you make your rock waterfalls. Irregularity is cool. Valve right here that changes how much water goes to the left or the slide or the pool, the slide or the waterfall, this system. So that's what that's for, I believe. And so Daniel did a good job cleaning out this inside here. Still has lots of the color because it's inside. You've got the moisture that does come through water features. It's almost guaranteed you're gonna get some drips. Don't freak out. Just learn to love it. Places for candles I like to put in there. It's weird, I can feel the heat coming in. Lights. Nice to have a little railing, then you can look in and see what the kidlets are doing and down in there splashing around. There's benches inside to hang out, and you can swim out underneath the waterfall or swim out through the side. So lots of access ways and points. Very nice, cool. Big bench inside here. They put the pool toys in here. Keep the windows so you get light in here. Otherwise it's too dark. All right, coming down into the spiral staircase again. There it is. That's how you get down to the pool. All right, 1-inch tile they're adding to it. It's gonna be bueno. And you can look out and see the view too when you're inside. All right, so really fun project. This area is so crazy down in here. I don't even know what I was thinking about there, but it's like, well, let's just leave it open. So, pretty, yeah, it looks like a real cave thing with weird little cracks and stuff. Yes, it does. All right. Try to remember when you're making these things that you're gonna have to have a deck. So you want to have your height clearance, because when I made this, it was this far above my head. Now it's that far above my head because I'm 6'5", so my head hits right here. So if it doesn't hit my head or barely does, everybody else is going to be good. So satellite composition, break them up, don't make them all the same, and look at nature. As I'm always saying, look at nature. Like the angles on this one. Each rock, you start to become a connoisseur of rocks. How are these cracks go on? Do they make sense? Do they look like the real thing? Do they? Somewhat, and sometimes not. But you learn as you go. So, very cool project. Really proud of how it came out. Great customer. He's my dentist. And super, super sweet guy. Does a great job taking care of my chompers. So anyways, hope you have a good day. Remember to go to davehenderson.podia.com. davehenderson.podia, P-O-D-I-A, and get yourself some free downloads. And I got courses. You want to learn how to make this stuff? You can get a course and learn how to make it super easy. I got a zillion videos on everything, and you can learn how to do it that way too. But any support you can send my way would be great. You can become a Rockin' On member for $10 a month, and that helps keep me going. I am now 68. I am an old man, really, officially. And my feet hurt all the time. A little neuropathy is good for the soul, I guess. So anyway, all right, rambling on over 10 minutes on this little video. So have a good day no matter what. Remember to be thankful and forgiving, and you will be a blessing to those in your life. And we like being a blessing instead of a curse. All right, I think that's a good idea. All right, Mr. Dave signing off. Have a great weekend. This is Friday, and God bless you all. See you later. Bye. Hey, thanks so much for watching. We got her done. This how the whole thing came out. Pretty cool. The pool contractor guy is going to be replastering. They're finishing up some of the tile down there with their MK shirts on. But yeah, huge project. Way better looking now that we finished it up. So thank you so much for watching my videos. Really appreciate it. Go to davehenderson.podia.com, as I mentioned. Get some free stuff, courses as well. And if you want to, you can get the paperback version, which is amazing, and got that done a little bit ago, and it shows you all the steps it takes to make some of these cool projects. So grab that if you like, or get the digital copy of that at, again, davehenderson.podia.com. Really appreciate you guys paying attention and watching this stuff. I hope you learned something new today. Hope you have a great day no matter what, as I like to say, and you'll see it right now. See you later. Have a good one. God bless.